Live? Okay. So when will we know? Right now it's on? Check, check. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Okay, so my name is Ken Badger. I'm from Mr. Nehewiak. My wife is Trista Badger. She's from Onion Lake here. This is the Employment Training Center program, Life Skills Job Readiness program that we've been taking part of the last 4 weeks. 4 weeks with these fellas, and it's been a ride. It's been great. I've got to actually get to know these guys personally and in a good way. We did a lot of things together. That being traveling. We're to colleges we went to in Lloyd, Vermilion, Saskatoon. We did some job sites here in Onion Lake with the housing, and also some with Seven Lakes out in Bonnyville. We went through a lot in this program, and a lot of the program is to just kind of steer the guys in the right direction, and whether it's getting out of their comfort zone, budgeting, medicine wheel teachings that we went through, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically type things. And it's a program that I've just started along with my wife that's been doing it for quite some time, Beauty Life and the Beast Consulting. We're here today at the Round Hall, and we're just kind of having a little circle talk with the fellas on what they got from the program, and what it's been able to kind of help them with, either through not knowing what they're going to be doing in the future, kind of giving them an insight on that, on what's out there. And that meaning even on the res, with jobs and, things programs that are provided. So we're gonna go around, just kind of introduce ourselves here. We'll start over here with my man Ian.
Hi, my name's Ian. I'm, of course, from Onion Lake. Yeah.
My name's Kylan McDonald. I'm from Onion Lake too. This program has actually helped me develop social skills and, just as a young individual as well.
Hi, my name's Cash Chacha. I'm also from Onion Lake Treaty 6. And as Kylan said, this program helped me develop a lot of social skills, starting to talk a lot more in front of people, and even doing this podcast is a big thing for me, and yeah.
Hi, my name is Kane Applegarth. I'm from Musqueam, Alberta, but I have been growing up in Onion Lake, Saskatchewan for the past 10 years or so. Yeah.
Oh, so this is Aiden. He has a little bit of a cough right now, so he's doesn't have much to say right now. One of the things that, like they said, was something that a lot of us grew up with was not being able to speak up for ourselves. Not being able to go places, whether it's safety training or job training or school even. One of the big things that I got out of it that I've seen the guys go through was working as a team. Is it on? Is this working? Okay. Working as a team, and being able to go to these schools and actually ask questions and see what's there, right? I know some of the guys here were thinking about school, going to work before school. So they got a really good picture of how it is at the schools. I think one of our biggest takeaways was Vermilion, right? Vermilion was a pretty cool setup they have there for trades and for other, business classes and whatnot, and just like the environment that was there, right? The environment that kind of got us out of our comfort zone shell, because that's what it's about, in the world outside the res, or even on the res too, that a lot of us get too comfortable, right? And it's getting out of that comfort zone that's going to help us succeed in ways that, we may not even know about ourselves. And, so I'm going to ask, each one of the guys here, what's their biggest takeaway from the program? I know you guys were talking about how you're able to talk. This is another big step, especially for you guys to be able to talk on here. Just imagine it's just us here, right? Like in the class, how we have our laughs, our talks, or in the bus, right? The shuttle bus. But what's the biggest takeaways, like on those trips? Which trip was your the most that interested you, right? Like, or what school, or it could have been work, the work sites that we've been to. What is your biggest takeaway from those, and which one was your favorite type deal?
So, my biggest takeaway was definitely probably the confidence that we all built. Going to all the places that we have was definitely pretty cool. I genuinely don't even know what else to say. Yeah.
All right, Island.
I think one of my favorite things about the program is that I was able to not only develop as an individual, but I was able to actually gain a little bit of hope for myself, rather than the pit of despair that I was kind of in. I was kind of lost for a little bit, but in a way I was helped out, and that's what the program was meant for, was us men who are misguided. And a lot of us do fall into that trap, is what we just kind of, our idleness. This was a program to help us move forward in life, and not only move forward, but develop our social skills, our strategic thinking, our resume building, and it was just a straight blessing to be a part of this program too. It was really nice to develop relationships with these guys and with the people around here. It's brought me a sense of community rather than constantly hurting myself and just doing things that weren't better for me. But this has given me hope, and I'm ready to move forward on in my life for the bigger and better.
I don't know, Cash.
Can you come back to me?
Yep. So what was one of the things you took away, and like from the traveling and the group things that we had, we were in a shuttle for one day. We were in a shuttle for like 7 hours together there, and and then the trips that we went to, the short trips. And what was one of the biggest takeaways for you? I know you're a hockey guy, and it's not just even going to Vermilion, but learning about Nate or whatever about hockey, right? And things that you enjoy in your life, and how would it help you in those aspects?
Well, traveling to all those schools, I thought it was pretty nice to go look and see what types of programs they had to offer.
Yeah.
And it really opened my eyes to go back to school, right?
Yep.
And although we went to Saskatoon, it was nice to go try that welding simulator and like even to go travel up there, but like we just weren't there quite long enough, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that would have been something nice to, you know, like just get more time and look around, see what it was like there. But I really like going to Lakeland, Lloyd Camp, the Lloyd one, and also Vermilion. That was pretty good.
Right on. And part of the Vermilion one, or the Lloyd one was, I'm a barber. I went to barber school at Lakeland College, and the guys were able to get some haircuts, and they have some free coupons, so go get some haircuts there as well. So big shout out to Lakeland Hairdressing and Barbering Program for hooking the guys up with some cuts, and it was kind of a feel good day too, right? To go there and to actually know that those are there, right? And that you guys can take part in that. And my old teacher there was grateful to have us. And I'm thankful for her for giving us some tickets for these guys to go get some other cuts there. And, they all appreciated it. It was all nothing but smiles after we left, right?
Yeah.
Joseph here, he's obviously he works with 7th Gen. He's been part of a program that my wife put on as well, and I've known Joseph for quite some time, being part of my wife's family. And what are some of the things? I'm not trying to be the guy here, but what are some of the things that you've learned from your programs and what you've been through, and now what you're doing now? How did you get to where you are, and what was the process for you?
Okay, with just this program, I think it's the same as your program.
Yeah.
But she hosted it. But yeah, it was really good. I learned like all the resume building and communicating skills. At first, I was pretty nervous because she did those icebreaker challenges.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
We went
oh
through those.
snap! I have to talk to these people now. Doing that actually helped me just talk to people.
Yeah.
That paired with 7th Gen, because all these other crew members are really great people and very talkative and outgoing, and then them talking to me, trying to get me to talk more, that really helped too. But mainly, if it wasn't for Trista's program, I don't think it would have opened up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I think with us, and me watching my wife do her programs and stuff, like he said, that it kind of gets you out of that shell, and gets you the opportunity to see what's out there, and and then also there's the tickets. If I know our tickets that we got was first aid, and that's one of the main tickets you need, right, anywhere you go. And then like that you said, the icebreakers, that was kind of one of the things we went through. We did some scenarios too where they were an employee and I was an employee, and I kind of put them on the spot, whether it was through anger or through my PPE was wrong. I did one, and another one I forget what I did, but it was kind of to get them off guard, to get them ready for those things, right? And I think with me, it's really a lot. Appreciate the guys that were in my program, because I see myself and these guys when I was their age, right? And I'm 40 now, so I'm double their age now, but it's just, it really opened my eyes to being able to, move forward with my healing too, right? I'm still healing through some of my past addictions and, trauma in my life. And and it's always going to be a battle, right? And I've seen that with some of these guys too, whether it's getting up early or getting to the place, and these guys showed up every day, no matter what. If they're late, they let us know. And just having that teaching of being able to heal and ask for help, right, if they're going through some stuff. And that's kind of the stuff we went over. I use my life teachings and my lessons that I've went through in my life and I'm open with them. I don't hold nothing back. You know, if someone messes up, I'm okay with it. You know, like that's life. You know, it's not like a yell at you type of thing, right? And so, yeah, and you know, being able to see what you guys have done, you know, especially, you know, able to do production and, you know, like you guys are knowing what you're doing with cameras and everything, you guys can always use that in the future, right? And that's what I have high hopes for these guys, that they can use the teachings that, you know, that we're taught as we're growing up, right? Aiden, how's your throat? There's still, do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Aiden Sundown. I came from Onion Lake. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So around the res here, we went to a lot of health center. We went to the wellness center. We, like I said, we went to one of the construction sites up the hill there with William Montana. Gave us a little tour of the housing. You know, I really, really thank Onion Lake for, you know, and ETC for giving me the opportunity to do the program here with these guys. You know, and I follow the medicine wheel in my everyday teachings, right? And I'm hoping that these guys and carry that on with them. That being said, you know, what out of the medicine wheel, which ones you think you have more strength in now? You know, like what was something that you didn't have, you know, prior to this program that now, you know, that you can use and through that medicine wheel, right? Mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. What is a routine for yourself that you use now, even from before? Using the medicine wheel and the teachings that we went through.
I feel like for me on the medicine wheel, I'm definitely a big on my mental. Though I will say I do kind of need to work on my spirituality, as it's very important on the medicine wheel as it keeps you connected to your culture. I forgot the second part.
So out of the medicine wheel, right? The mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical. What out of each one, what do you think you can do every day for that? Like what's a good routine that we've all written down our routines in our books and stuff. For each one, what's a good thing you can do for each one every day?
Definitely keeping the routine I have now and waking up early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Okay. Kylan? Same with you, same question. What's a good routine for yourself? You can, if you're not already in a good routine, what's something you can use the medicine wheel in your everyday teachings of routines?
I actually found a good equilibrium between all four aspects of the medicine wheel, my spiritual and emotional. All these things, I've been able to, find a good balance in between them all. I think the most important part about it all is just developing the routine and, the positive affirmations and, realizing why you're in it. And I heard a quote the other day, and it was about not giving up and who can stop somebody who just won't quit. Yeah. And, that really stuck with me, and it kind of helped me develop a better understanding of a sense of identity. And that's what a routine has helped me build, was a sense of belonging and identity. it's those days when you don't want to wake up. Those are the days you should wake up, you know? Who knows what's across the wall or on the other side of life? And it's having the optimism and choosing day to day that, you know, you're going to strive to be yourself and you're going to choose yourself every day. And some days you don't feel like that, but it's probably the best thing you can do for yourself and the others around you, because energy speaks volumes. Energy radiates off of you, and it's like you have to have good energy, and that energy radiates off onto other people. And just waking up every day, that's a blessing in itself. You know, there's people who really struggle with things that we don't know, and that's the individual battle that we fight every day, is the things that other people don't do, other people don't see, but you know, it's powering through it and coming together as a community and, you know, wanting the betterment for each other. And it really starts with yourself and community.
Yeah, so saying that, I wanted you to kind of share that 5-second conquer that saying that you have. That was kind of what touched me too, and that kind of helps me, even myself, still is to this day, right? So.
I had this, I have this rule, and I was taught to by one of the older guys I play basketball with. I struggle with a lot of mental health things, and personally, there's this rule that I follow is you have to conquer your fear in 5 seconds, and if you don't conquer it in 5 seconds, then, you know, you just don't have, you only have 5 seconds to make it or break it. And, you know, I heard this thing in welding the other day. It's if it doesn't break, it passed the test, and I feel like that's true with all things in life. I feel like it was a powerful sign from the Creator, whatever faith you believe in. But faith is a big aspect in life that we all need to have, and just a little bit of faith will, you know, bring others more faith.
Yeah.
And it's just like the positive energy effect. It radiates. Energy can't be created or destroyed. And you know, I just thank the Lord every day that I'm here and I'm able to speak.
Right on. All right, Cash, same question to you. What, out of the medicine wheel, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritual, what's a routine that you have started or that you can get started using the medicine wheel?
Probably mentally for me, just getting up every morning, trying my best. Yeah. Like, even before this, it was hard for me to even get up or even speak in front of people. Like right now, it's pretty hard, but trying to man up and become better, stronger, in like all aspects of life, like not just working, but mentally, spiritually, everything.
Yeah. So, like physically, because you're a hockey guy, and you know, now we know that gym is there, and I'm not that saying that you didn't know it was there, but the gym, we went for a little tour of the gym, the hockey rink. You know, maybe getting yourself in there, or if you haven't, right?
Yeah. What I need to start doing is getting myself back into sports. Like
Yep.
I stopped playing sports for some good reasons, but I'm planning to get back into them this year. Be back stronger, ready. Yep.
That's what it's about. Same for you, Keen. Mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, what's something, you know, you can, you know, if you haven't already, a routine using those four aspects of our culture?
Yeah, well, mentally, like everyone said, just getting yourself up early in the morning, and I've been starting to feel more confident with myself too lately, and for physically, I've been trying to keep myself in shape and, you know, hit the gym more, go out there, be active, even like eat more healthy. That's what I'm trying to work on for myself, and it was great to learn about these medicine wheel teachings, and I don't know.
That's good.
It was good.
Right on. Right on. So one of the other things that we learned was something that I've just been taught was budgeting. Like in my young adulthood, I never budgeted. I never knew how to. I wasn't taught that. I'm not saying you guys weren't taught that, but when we did our budgeting, I had a friend of mine, his name's Brad Schneider. He came by, and he's from ATB Bank, right? And he helped us with budgets and stuff. And then we also talked about it in the class, and on how to spend your money wisely, whether it's gambling or addictions and stuff like that. Something that we all go through. So that was a big thing, and we did some budgeting on paper as well. So it was pretty cool to watch the guys kind of figure out the route, and to learn about like Visa, credit cards, things that we, a lot of us never even knew about, right? And on how to start that, and on what kind of accounts you should have, whether it's tax-free savings and things like that. So that was a big thing for me. Obviously, an employment training center, they did a lot for us. They cooked for us, lunches and stuff. The ladies there really took care of us, whether it was with shuttle rides or meals, and so that was awesome as well. But just to kind of, I know we got some things to do this morning, but just to kind of end the podcast, with on how, what your future looks like, what's your plans, and what you could use in your future plans on whether it's going to school or work and stuff like that. Aiden? Yeah.
I'm gonna try getting my GED or upgrading. And I definitely want to go to school for mechanics, get a career going in that area.
Yeah, I know. Ian?
I could definitely see myself obviously working either with these guys, if they think about me, or definitely the radio station.
Yeah.
My goals are pretty much long term. Like I said back at the ETC, yeah, I want to, of course, work first and get that experience, and most likely do some upgrading. As I have modified classes, then get into mechanics. Yeah.
What was the question?
Where do you see yourself now the next year or two? What's your plans after the program, and what's teachings is going to help you get to where you want to be?
One thing I think, well, I know for a fact that it'll help me get to where I want to be in a year is staying sober. Alcohol was actually a big part of my, I kept making excuses, and I thought alcohol was good for me, and it was the total opposite, because it gave me a false bravado of confidence, and I wasn't really the man who I wanted to be, and every time I fell short, I was just in a bad, terrible mindset, just waiting to do more bad and more wrong. And it was just that false confidence that it gave me. And I had to stop smoking weed. That's the biggest part too, is I was super into, smoking up. I was like, weed's gonna calm me down, and it was just, it's gonna make me focus. And in reality, it was the opposite of it. It gave me things to run back to rather than just taking the battle head on. And it was hard for me at first. It's the relapsing and wanting to go smoke because it's all I grew up doing was smoking with the boys and drinking with the friends, and it's giving up that part of myself in order to achieve something better. That's the part that I had to, experience. And, it's we pick and choose our battles, though. And I think it was being sober. I would definitely want to be either going to the oil fields or still pursuing my goal of going to the military. That would be nice. There's a lot of things that I want to do in this lifetime, and there's a lot of things I can do, but it starts with waking up in the morning, Time doesn't stop for nobody, and it'll always go on, and money doesn't sleep, so I would definitely want to get my things right. I apologize for swearing.
Right. Where do you see yourself after the program, Cash, and what's your goals after? We did our vision boards, and put our goals on there, right? So what was on that for you, and what's in the near future?
Same as Kylan is saying, one of them staying sober for, I don't know, quite a long time, I'd say. And I also just need to finish school, so go back for like my last 2 classes for grade 12, and then probably after that go back to Vermilion campus and try to get my life started there from there on out. Because right now I have nothing going on really besides this program.
Same question for you, Kane.
After this program, I would like to actually start working if I can. And then by the next year, hopefully go back to school, make a career for myself. And
Right on, guys. Well, thank you for sharing that. And
Hello.
Joseph, you want to say anything to end the podcast here, or you want to give a little bit of encouragement to the fellas? I know you were in this program before too, and you've come a long way, since you were young, man. And I remember you when you were younger. And so, do you have anything encouraging for the guys?
Not too sure, but just keep on going. It gets a lot better. At least in my experience. Yeah, it does. Just keep on trying. Stuff like that. So that's it. You guys done?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for 7th Gen for having us here. You can keep that. Yeah, thanks for 7th Gen having us here. We really appreciate you letting us come and talk. These guys actually talked, right? And that's kind of at the start of our program. Everybody was pretty quiet and nobody said anything. And, as we went on, we went through some teachings on, just being yourself, being able to talk for yourself, being uncomfortable positions sometimes and getting your way out of it in a positive way, right? And instead of thinking negative about everything or, things like that. So, there is a couple guys missing today, but they'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is our grad we're having, right? We're going to be having a little bit of a celebration for the fellas tomorrow. 4 weeks is a long time to sit in a little class or to go travel places. It did go by fast, though, I'd say. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys for sticking it out, for, making my life change every day, little by little. You guys showed me, that, the power and the strength of mental health, physical, spiritual, emotional, and being able to build a bond with you guys was something that I really appreciated, especially, me used to living here, and having my wife and my son from here, right? And one of my goals for me, my visions is to, be more in with the community here. I live around here right now, so I always want to make myself, useful and, be able to take part in things around the community. And this was one of the things that really helped me understand what goes around, what happens with young men and, around the community. And I've seen it firsthand with these guys, and I've been able to really heal myself and, and think about my past, and being able to share my stories with them kind of helps me, get out of my shell too, right? And my past wasn't always the best, but, now I'm moving forward and trying to help the younger men, see the light, and, being able to use our culture with that as well. So, yeah, I just want to say thank you for having us here. Like I said, tomorrow is our last day, so I want to wish these guys the best of luck, and whenever they do, I know they're going to do great. And